Marley, you say it well, right? Yeah, I
Okay.
think
Hi,
I'm going to say it like
viewers.
that.
Welcome to A Child Like Me. Today we have two extra special guests. We have Shauna Gay and we have Marley in the house. Hello, Marley and Shauna Gay. Hi.
Hi. Hi
Welcome.
everyone. Hi everyone.
Yes, it's a pleasure. I've always wanted to have a little rap session with Marley,
Yes,
and now I'm getting the opportunity.
yes.
So,
Finally time.
mm,
It's finally time.
I think we're having a little bit of a lag, but I think it's gonna be okay.
Okay, okay.
I think you're lagging a little bit. All
Hmm.
right, so let's get right into it. Shauna Gay is going to tell us about the condition that Marley is living with. I need to look down at my paper to call. It's known as EB, but it's epidermolysis bullosa. Did I say it
Bullosa.
correctly, Shauna
Pretty
Gay?
good. You give her a good grade for that. Yes.
You want
So
to
yes,
pronounce it again for them?
you say it, Marley. What is it called?
Epidermolysis bullosa.
Good boy.
Thank you, Marley. Okay. All right, Shanagi. So you can, I want you to tell us actually from the very, very beginning, from your pregnancy. Did you have any complications? How was it for you?
Okay, so I'll talk for now. All right. So um I consider this to be my healthiest pregnancy, or that's how I was feeling in my body.
Mhm.
Mentally, especially like beyond the first trimester, I was in a very healthy state of mind. Actually, I think this might have been around the time when you were juicing too, because I just really took on the green juice thing. Um,
Mhm.
with Diana Shanta, and there was like a
Right.
group online, and
Yes.
so we were all drinking green juices. So it's funny that memory just come to me because you used to blend up every single thing and drink even the skin, right? And or eat the skin. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, let me keep on track. So I used to drink a lot of green juice. I had this idea that I was going to be super eco conscious and plan to not use regular diapers and go the cloth diaper route. I had these grand plans.
Okay.
Um, but yes, there was an indication that something was off, but I did not know. I couldn't pick up what it was. Now I would know to tell a young woman this. But when I had gone to the first OB visit, um, she kept saying, "Wow, the baby's moving really fast." And I
Mm-hmm.
just thought that was an odd thing to say because whenever it was that I went to my first visit, it was really, really, really early. So in my head, I'm like, this thing ain't even a pea, much less moving fast. What do you mean by baby moving a lot or moving? I don't know if she said moving fast or moving strong. Like a lot of this is vague to me now. But she was definitely concerned about how, not concerned like she didn't request that we do extra tests, but she's like, well, oh, this baby is very active, right? She's like, what a active baby.
Yeah.
So later on I found out that EB, epidermolysis bullosa, it really starts in utero. So um they start feeling pain from in the uterus. And so what epidermolysis bullosa really is a skin condition where the skin is so fragile where upon any kind of friction the skin shears off. So there is this
Mm-hmm.
nickname that is accepted for the condition called butterfly skin, and it's a very appropriate nickname because their skin literally is that sensitive where any kind of, if I rub his skin the wrong way, it will like just come off.
Okay.
um so
Is
I
this
want
externally? All just
No,
externally
it's
or
not all externally. I wish it were only externally because we kind of have the external thing part kind of in my mind. In my mind, right?
It's in check.
Yeah, we have it in check. Yeah.
Extra.
So yes, so skin is the largest organ of the body, and skin is everywhere. And of course, we all learn this in school, but some things we just don't really think about until we have to live it. So when I say it bothers him internally, so with EB, there are different subtypes. Fortunately for us, he does not have the subtype that really affects his organs. There's one called junctional EB, where a lot of junctional children don't really make it. They don't really make it far, but there are junctional adults, so it is possible.
Okay.
He has what is called recessive dystrophic, which means that there's scarring and his fingers fuse. So that is one of the things. Let me show you. Camera. Right. Yeah, good. You show it. Put them together, Marley, because I'm not holding the phone right. Yes. Right. So over time, his fingers fused, right? But when he was a baby, they were all open like they were supposed to be.
Okay.
So where am I? Right. So what really, to be a little bit more technical, there is a protein that connects our epidermis with our dermis. And that specific protein is called collagen 7. So most of us have it. It makes the epidermis and the dermis work in tandem. So because this protein is lacking or non-existent in a lot of EB people, then the top shears off. It separates from the bottom. Right?
Okay.
And again, yes, it is internal. So it can be a whole situation for them to eat and swallow because you have to pass the esophagus, very, very sensitive area. It can also be a stress to poop. So things that are
Oh,
very, very regular and normal can be a whole situation for people with EB. But at the same time, when we hear of the levels that EB can get to, we're so grateful because just now we know of a person who has corneal abrasions because of EB, and we've been fortunate. Marley doesn't seem, in Jesus's name, he won't have that issue, where the eyes just gets blistered. So
oh,
speaking of blisters, right? So friction is one of the main reasons why their skin will, manifest in wounds, or wounds are created. But blisters will just happen. So now blisters can happen because of friction, but also heat can cause blisters. And sometimes blisters can just randomly come up, or maybe something that you eat can trigger a blister. So when he has blisters, you have to use a needle. Let me see if I can find one. A needle or a lancet device like this here, and
right.
it has a holding the phone weird. Where's the camera? Right. And just pop the blister. And so even when he was a baby, we had to pop blisters all the time, and blisters on his tongue. That was scary. And so I hope I'm going in a good order. But when I say tongue, that triggers a memory of saying I was not able to breastfeed Marley. I really wanted to. The plan was to breastfeed him for a long time, but breastfeeding him would have been not possible. I
How
did
was he?
try. Huh?
How was
How,
he fed?
how is he fed? I ended up what they call drip feeding him via a bottle. So using the normal nipple bottle, but we cut it the hole a little bit bigger. And for a long time, like for years, I'd say for maybe for the first 4 years straight, he was I want to put the phone on something, sorry. Um oh no, it's there.
You can go ahead and
It was we'd squeeze the bottle. You know the cheaper bottles that you can get at like the Chinese stores, the softer ones. Yes,
yeah.
we would use those and squeeze it, and he would open his mouth and like you're feeding a bird, kind of.
Yes. I
Marley was
understand. You want to
right.
go and get something for the phone to stabilize it?
Um,
Hmm.
I don't know.
It might be tedious for you to have it in
I
your hand.
Yeah, so maybe I
think
just need to stop gesticulating. I'll stop gesticulating.
And how
Because
old are you now, Marley?
10.
You're
10
10.
years old.
Which month were you? When is your birthday going to be?
April 10th, 2014.
yeah. So Miracle Marley, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you say that again? Your voice was breaking a bit. Which
So
month?
I am.
Hmm?
Say your age.
I'm 10.
And your birthday is?
April 10th,
April 10th.
Oh,
Which year were you born?
2014.
All right.
all right. So this was your what number pregnancy?
This was my third pregnancy. So he is my third and final child.
Okay.
Before I knew about EB, that was I intended for him to be my final child.
Okay.
Because he was like my fluke baby. Never planned to have him. but it's
So
that's how it
go
flows.
continue.
Right. So yes, I had Marley at Victoria Jubilee. I had planned to have to give birth at UWI. I was going to the clinic, and I now believe I was divinely guided from UWI to Victoria Jubilee, and I'm really grateful I went there because for the first 2 weeks of his life, they had him in an incubator, and they did their best. They did their very best. I found out. I was told that the doctor who did the C-section, the head doctor at that time, had only seen EB once, and no one else in the theater room had ever seen EB, but that doctor had,
Oh,
and that baby didn't make it. So the prognosis wasn't good. They didn't expect Mary to make it because they were telling me to see a grief counselor and all these things.
mm-hmm.
And so I'm grateful that the care for him shifted. Like my attitude shifted. Um, I was going to accept anything other than the baby's going to survive. And I think too, let me insert something about daddy. So at Victoria Jubilee, daddies are not allowed, as far as I know. But definitely at that time, daddies were not allowed to be there for the birth. Uh Everybody pray for Jamaica because we need to do better. But anyways, so when Marley was born now and I told daddy um about the condition, he had gone online and I couldn't say the name of the condition at the time because they just come and tell me this weird name thing, and as you guys heard, it's hard to say, and I'm in a
Yes.
state of shock and all of the emotions and so forth. So I call him, I tell him what it is, and he called me back and he very matter of factly, very gravely said to me that I must not go online, and I'm very grateful to him for that instruction. I heard his voice and I knew, like, don't test the waters. He said, do not go online, promise me you won't go online. And I'm grateful because way later, of course, after we come out of the hospital, we got married, all that, when I ventured online and saw the pictures of children with EB, I
Mm-hmm.
believe that when I had that first conversation with the doctor about that whole conversation about the grim prognosis and all that, had I seen
Yeah.
photos, I would have believed her. I would have caved. It would have felt super
Just
hopeless.
giving
So
up from
yeah,
there.
man, I'd
Yeah.
have been like, oh crap, I can't do this. So thank God for that. Thank God for Omar's wisdom and God's hand in all of that. And also, hubby was really proactive in going online and downloading information. He brought a 40-odd page document, two sets of it, one for us and one for the hospital. And I could see that they read it and started highlighting different parts, and then they kind of changed the way they were caring for him. Are you comfortable?
My shoulder and my side are hurting.
You want to lay down?
No, I need to
All
piss.
right, give him a second. He has to pace
Sure.
sometimes because sitting can be a problem, standing can be a problem. It
Okay.
depends on what's going on what day.
Mhm.
So yeah, sitting for too long, you'll be fine. Pace around. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so he's just pacing a bit.
pacing a bit and then you'll come back. We do it all
Yeah.
the time.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'll take that over. A lot of EB people are wheelchair bound and bed bound, and I
Mhm.
cannot have that. I just cannot have that at all.
Yes.
Please, Lord. He has used wheelchairs a few times, but that is like if we know we're going to go somewhere like a conference and be walking up and down all day long, then
Right.
we'll get one to use. So
Are there
yes,
particular creams that you have to use? Or
yes, we always have to be
was
using
that?
some kind of antibiotic cream.
Mhm.
A typical one would be like Neosporin, even though we haven't used it in a while. Marley's looking for one. Mupirocin, bacitracin, um, itchy creams, so like hydrocortisone,
Mhm.
and Vaseline can work, as well as another thing called Aquaphor. But you can't use any one thing all the time. We have to switch it out.
Okay.
And when I'm back home, I'm not back in Jamaica. I haven't been there for a little while. Sometimes I'd use just aloe vera, and I miss that. I really want aloe vera. Or like I use it for the baths. It's gentle and natural, and I And if there's an option for natural, I'm going to go for natural. And sometimes if the wounds are nice and thing, I'll just do coconut oil, because I
Okay.
believe that coconut oil must go on everything all the time.
Same here.
Yes.
How old were his siblings at his birth?
Oh, geez, Shauna, did some maths. So Tyler was 12. How old were, hold on. Tyler is 17 and you are 10.
She's turning 18,
Yeah.
which means
That she's about to be 8. She was about 8 at the time. Yeah.
around if
No, she was about to be 8.
about to be
Or 8,
8.
yeah.
She was about to be 8. In
Yes.
September she would have been.
And
Or
how old
September,
was brother?
August.
He's 15 now.
Caleb is 15,
Mm-hmm.
and he was 10
No, he wasn't
when
10.
when I
You
was
were
born.
10. No, he was 5, 6.
I mean,
Yes. Remember, you're 10 years.
Marley, can you tell me the names of your brother and sister?
Caleb and Tyler.
So who is who?
Caleb is my big brother, and Tyler is my big sister.
Okay. How did they respond, mommy, to
Huh.
seeing the baby?
Okay,
Very
so
different. Did he look very different at birth?
well, here's the thing. When he was born, I had to come home from the hospital without him. So that was the first thing, because the light from the window is bothering us. Come turn this way, baby. Right. So
If we go more into the corner,
no, we fix it, man. So when I was at the hospital and hubby had them, hubby didn't tell them much. He
Okay.
left that to me. And then now when I come home from the hospital, that was a very, very traumatic thing for me to come home from the hospital with no baby in my hand, because there I saw two eager children looking through the window, like you see this expectation on their face and
Right.
joy and everything. And I'm like, Omar, I didn't tell them. And he had said, he just mentioned that, mommy and the baby are at the hospital, and something's a little wrong. But I guess he said it kind of soft or whatever.
yeah.
So I came in and I had to give them just the talk, and so they had a lot of questions. But my Tyler and Caleb have always been the roll with the punches kind of kids. Like they adjust very well, they're very flexible, and also I just was like, no matter what, everything is going to be okay. So there, and then my daughter, Tyler Marie, is very to this day, and I think she always will be a glass half full kind of a person. So yeah, they manage. We all have to adjust to this and had to adjust to it. Yeah, they're managing. We're managing.
Does he have to do regular doctor's visits?
Oh yes. So this Thursday he has his 6th dilation, throat surgery. So to talk about dilation now, right?
Yes.
I'm going to the corner because it's actually uncomfortable. That's
Okay.
all.
All right. You want to go all the way up into the corner? I'm going to listen to Boss Man. Go all the way up there, and then I'll come with you. All right. Sorry, we're in a little room here.
That's fine.
Yes. Right. So you're
Marley,
comfortable now?
Yeah, that's better.
Much better. Come up some more. Yes.
whatever Marley wants, Marley gets.
Yes, Marley have to get that. Yes, Kabiwa. Right. I know we're not hurting.
No, nothing more. Just my shoulders. Just been hurting since I put the bandage on.
Oh, sorry, bandage have to go on. All right. So as you said, the thing about bandage. So funny. Like I wish I could make Marley not wear bandages at all, because the same bandages that are protecting his skin cause him to itch. So
Okay.
EB is just a proper pain in the,
Yeah.
where. Yes.
Right. So you were talking about the dilation. What is that?
Right. So what that is? Okay. So remember when I mentioned that EB is everywhere. What's going on? All right. There's some pain. All right. Right. Okay. Right. So what's going on just now is his toe started hurting. It just randomly starts to hurt. We have no idea why. It comes and goes. Yeah. So now, yes. So the thing with the throat, right? So the EB is inside and outside, and so he feels whenever he swallows. All right. So let me back up a bit. So I was drip feeding him, so he mostly had a liquid diet for an extended period of time. I think he started having like a little bit of really soft like cheese tricks, or I might have given him mashed potatoes here and there, but he didn't learn how to chew until he was about 6, right?
Yeah,
6. You wanna
6.
say? Yeah, when
I
he was 6.
remember the exact night.
Yes. Yeah,
You
he
remember the
started.
Black
exact
peas.
nights that you
Yes,
learned to chew? What did you chew, Marley, on that night?
It was black peas, I remember.
black peas.
Black
Uh-huh.
peas.
Yes. You hearing him? Black peas. All right. Speak
Yes,
up
I
whenever you
heard it.
speak here. Come over a little bit to me. Yeah. All right. All right. So right. So I that what that him not having to chew for so long was a blessing, in that he didn't start having blisters on his throat much when he was younger, because I was committed to blending up all the food, and it was a labor of love, but I was committed to it. So I used to blend up like sweet potato and pumpkin and one bag of something. Mind you, it's liquid diet, but homeboy was getting fed, and like almost everything was natural. But he was growing, and then I just felt like it's time for him to start chewing. And other EB kids are chewing, but I didn't know how complicated it would get.
Right.
And so also, because I didn't breastfeed him, the reflex, the is it the
Swallowing.
swallowing reflex? Yeah, one of those. It was hard for him, because when you breastfeed, a child learns to suck. Even when they drink from the nipple bottle, they'll learn how to suck.
Right.
He missed that. That's essential, and he didn't learn how to suck. So you don't learn how to suck, then you struggle to learn how to chew and all of that. So he was delayed in that way. Then now he started eating, peas and whatever soft things, till it reached the point where Marley can eat dumpling, and that was a big deal for all of us. Marley can eat fried dumpling. If you can't eat fried dumpling, you're not Jamaican. Anyways, um so he started having throat issues, like we'd recognize that he's struggling to swallow, or we could tell that he had blisters in his throat because we read up about that. And when you'd have those we used to call them episodes, it would last maybe a day or two, 3 days tops. And when I said 3 days tops, we would realize that he could only have liquid, and like light liquid, and we'd pray and we'd give him like honey and water, and that would like soothe his throat, and we'd keep doing that, and it would work. It would always work. So we just continue doing that, and we like mention it to the pediatrician, and it's like continue trying that. And again, let me back up a bit. I'm grateful I went to Victoria Jubilee, grateful for the pediatricians we had, grateful that we had what was the top dermatologist at the time, because he was teaching other dermatologists at UA. And he was helpful in that. Every couple months when we went to see him, he would guide us and tell us something else to read, or he'd be like, "You guys really read a lot, because every time I'm trying to give you something new, you're ready to read it, but we have to read, right?" Because
Yes.
what I'm getting at is that in a country like Jamaica, there's no real help for EB, and you can't blame them. It's just the resources are not there. So,
Right.
anyways, so basically, we were managing, by the grace of God, we were managing. But last year, 2023, things got really bad, really fast. Marley would typically be having sandwiches. He loves tuna sandwiches and whatnot. And I was actually away, and my husband was telling me, that Marley not like he's really struggling to eat the sandwiches. And I'm like, okay, well, we're making him drink like
Ensure,
Ensure and
True
True Shake
Shake.
and them things there. But I'm hearing more and more like Marley not eating until in the afternoon, and then I hearing that it's getting bad where him struggling to drink water. So I come back now, come home to say, no, like, let me see what really going on. And when I see how much he is struggling and how much that he's stressed out, and like he is not eating properly, like a whole day would go on, Marley would barely drink water, and would get him to eat by giving him ice cream. And I had to put aside my thoughts, because for the longest while I was completely against dairy, because that don't make sense to me. Like skin condition and dairy don't make sense in my mind. But anyways, is when Omari hubby simple. When he went, the pediatrician told him, either you want a healthy child or you want a child that's alive. Decide, because nutrition levels were. He was getting into the malnourished category. Like it was bad. He's hardly eating. So um there's a friend that we have who has EB. She is 37.
7.
Yeah, she's 37. And we met her online. She did uh, a nice little like awareness video on YouTube. She's pretty popular in the EB community. And
Okay.
one day I just way back in like 2016 or something, I messaged her, said hi to her, liked her video, and our friendship grew from there. And so sometimes she will give me advice because she lives it, she knows it, she, you know.
Yeah.
So I told her what was going on with Marley. And she's like, it sounds like he needs a dilation. And I'm like, what? And then she's like, no, it sounds like he needs a dilation. I need to get him up here. And I'm telling her the level. She's like, no, he needs a dilation. So a whole campaign was launched. We did a GoFundMe to get him to come abroad to do a dilation. And girl, people, when I tell you, when we got to the hospital, there's a lot of mini testimonies in there, but let's just stay on course. When we got to the hospital for him to do that dilation and he ended up doing the surgery, they said that his throat was 3 millimeters wide. Like that is how
Wow.
much his throat constricted. And so over
Did it
time,
affect his
whenever
windpipe
yes,
as
like
well?
yeah, I don't know, no.
The
He like
windpipe was,
his voice sounded a little different, but it's really the where the food was going down was that. That's
but
what.
he wasn't struggling to breathe.
No.
No.
Jesus, can't manage that.
No.
Can't manage. We managed too much things already. So no, finding out that it was that tight because 3 millimeters wide, I think is about the circumference of a the black straw them that you drink coffee with, and they
Yeah,
normally give you
that's
two of them, that
strong.
little mugger one. That is about
Right.
it. So that's crazy. That
Hold
is
on. That's tinier than the
the regular.
average straw,
Yeah, man.
regular
Tiny,
straw.
tiny. Yeah, really
Oh,
tiny.
that tiny little one that you.
Yes,
Oh,
the little black mugger one. Yes.
so you
So
really
that
wasn't getting anything.
yes, and that's crazy because this is divine timing. I really truly believe that had we lingered, I don't know that I'd have my Marley and I could manage, So after that now we found out that Marley has to get this dilation every 2 months. We found out that this is actually standard. Pretty much every other EB kid gets these dilations. I mean,
Is it
there are
definite?
different types of EB. You have EB simplex, they don't tend to have that many throat issues. But for the other serious types, like his type and the junctional and so forth, they tend to have issues with the throat. And it's like the fact that he was 9.5 at the time he got his first throat dilation is
That was unknown.
amazing. It's God.
So
All God.
it's indefinitely. He'll
Well,
have to have the dilation indefinitely.
that's what that medically that is the projection. I don't. I mean, I am generous for everything medically, but I don't lean in my head. I don't lean in my heart 100% on that. I'm
Well,
still waiting for God to do something, and
well,
God is doing
Marley
stuff.
can blaze new trails and set
Yeah.
the standards, set different standards.
Right.
Did he meet his milestones as his siblings?
What type? Which ones? What type?
As an infant coming up, like sitting, walking.
He did. He just did them a little bit slower. So he walked right before his third birthday, and I remember too. I remember praying. I had begged God, like you pray and then you pray the beg like I beg, but I beg God, I said God do nothing walk. And the day before I said God, you like a fuck me so, you like fuck me. And the night before his birthday, the child walks. Like
Okay.
God just like say, all right, let me stretch your face.
All right. So Marley, we're going to share with our viewers some of your videos that mommy. I know I can just picture mommy running around with the camera. So we're going to share some of your videos. And mommy, I want you to walk us through them.
Yes.
All right. So let me share the screen so I can pull those up. Some of them have sound, so I guess we can.
I don't know what I say in them. Okay, let's see.
Are you seeing it on the screen?
You remember that, Marty?
Are you seeing the first video?
Look at it. Do you remember?
Yes.
Who's that and what's going on there?
I know that that's me, and I think that that's Alan.
Right. What were you doing?
Was I digging?
Right. So we're setting up. We have a farm in kind of off Christiana, on the way to Christiana, and so we have a greenhouse, and we're setting up the drip tape, and Marley helped to secure the metal over the drip tape. So that's us, we have to give him as much normal as we can. Like with
Yes.
his fingers as significantly fused as they are, we still have to make him, do stuff. Empower him. Alright, so now this is Marley painting. Do you remember this?
Yeah, kinda.
Do you remember when you painted it?
And that was 2023.
Yes,
Yes,
it was 2022. So he painted. This is one of his paintings. So Marley has taken up the hobby of painting. Marley has a page on Instagram called Marley's Light, where he does his paintings and people actually buy them. So he has a business going on. And this one,
So if persons are interested in buying his paintings, I'm going to ask you to how could they reach out to Marley if they want to
Well, you can
purchase
just follow him on
support his
Marley's Life.
paintings.
It's one with Marley's Life on Instagram. And Marley will, talk to you to connect where you actually talk, where you just type and tell him what you want to read it. And if you want to give, tell him like what colors you like. I want everybody to understand that abstract painting is what's best. Even though if you tell him a picture, you'll get it done, He'll do his thing for you. But the talent is abstract. Yeah. Right, so this new video that's there, so this is right before a bandage session, or right when we have a bandage session.
Nehemiah
Listen to what he says.
rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem because he knew that as God wanted it, the Jerusalem city.
Hold on, we missed the first part.
Nehemiah rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem because he knew that as God wanted it, the Jerusalem city to be just the city, and he let the enemies take it and burn down the gates of Jerusalem because they weren't obeying him.
They weren't obeying him. What were you saying earlier about? You were saying something about when Nehemiah, when the workers that were helping Nehemiah had the tools in one hand and the weapons. What does that mean? Hold on one sec. All right, go ahead.
The people that were making the wall be rebuilt had tool in one hand and a weapon in the other. And what I understand is that we should do the good and guard our hearts from bad thoughts that can come in.
But that's what the tool in one hand and then the weapon in the other means.
Mm-hmm.
So the weapon is for guarding, and the tool is that you must be doing good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, you bless my heart.
He's blushing. He was
So let me
blushing.
explain that we were bandaging him, and a lot of times when we're bandaging him, he'll watch like Bible stories and stuff. Bible stuff or a sermon or something. And I'm focused on bandaging him. So I think on that particular day, I don't think we were watching anything yet, but he was thinking about what he had watched before, and I was explaining.
Is that a kind of like for a distraction? Is the bandaging process painful?
Exactly. We have to. We tend to put something on to distract him. So a lot of times sometimes it's cartoon because it is like if it's a very bad session, like when I say like a bloody session and a lot of pain, I might have to put on something to make him laugh. But majority of the time there's something faith-based, or we might decide we're watching Meet the Mitchells because as far as I'm concerned, it's his friends that.
Which one is that?
Meet the Mitchells is
Meet the Mitchells.
Tammy and Wayne
Okay.
Marshall
Yeah.
channel, you
Yeah.
like that. So we've been following them, and I know you see on the screen more of those paintings that he's done.
Come.
You remember this, Marley? This is before you was painting.
What are you writing?
M.
Mm-hmm. Whoopsie.
You notice that he is using his fingers there. He's almost to the end of it.
It's hard.
Hard, but you can still try, and I can see that is an M, and I'm proud of your M. I think you should. Yes, but it doesn't have to be perfect. How about you put a lowercase? What's the next letter?
A.
Very good. You prefer writing a lowercase one or an uppercase one?
Uppercase.
All right, if that's easier for you, then go ahead, baby boy.
I'm going to do uppercase.
Okay. I hope it holds on the page. Keep going.
And
Don't put the R too far. That is my input in this. Is put the R a little closer, like maybe like there. All right, put it now. Yeah.
start from the bottom. And then P.
And then give the P a button. You're giving the P a leg. Woohoo! There it goes.
That wasn't hard.
No, a P with a skirt. A P with a skirt is an R, right?
It's a P with a leg.
Okay, with a leg. Okay, go ahead.
And I need to fix my hand.
Pause it for a second there.
Oh, you want me to pause it?
Yeah.
Keep going.
So Kamal knows that he's homeschooled, right? So we homeschool him, and I think that was 2022. I feel like that was 2020 or 2020. Maybe it was 2020. So it was 2020. It's 2020. No, it was 2020, right? So 4 years ago. When I homeschool him, he used to write. I used to make him write, but the plan was I never planned to really teach Marley to write because in the 3 years I had homeschooled Tyler Murray and Caleb, and I knew I was going to homeschool Marley. And one aspect of homeschooling that I'm going to be very transparent with is I hate to teach children to write because patience, funny enough, is not my strongest trait. So it just was hard to teach my eldest son to write. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to let this one time because his fingers aren't curving. No, his fingers had started curving from really young, really early. But even so, I'd have him typing, but then he'd see his brother and his sister writing, and what they're doing, he's always insisting that he's going to do that.
Yes.
So this is one of those things where he's insisting that he writes,
Of course.
even though writing causes him great discomfort, he'd still
Yeah.
insist. But now it's fully fused, and there are days when he'll still write, he'll use both hands, he'll put them together, just like he does with the painting. I'm trying to write, but most times what I do is like I get the workbooks and I'll type out the work, type it all out in Word, and then you'll fill in the answers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something. Hold on, that's good.
Should I continue the video?
Yeah, but he needed to get up.
Should I continue the video?
You can. I don't remember the rest of it. It's probably going to be a long thing. Maybe we'll go on to another.
The E is perfect. Yeah, you look like a. Okay, your Y look weird, but it is your Y. I'm proud of your Y, yeah? I'm proud of it. I kind of the other way if you go. But what is that word? Marley, I'm proud of you, Marley. Your hands are bandaged up, but you still wrote. What you putting over there?
Case.
You write this on this side. Because we're going to leave that page. I think you'll enjoy leaving that page for another day, for another activity.
Yeah.
All right.
Like a
You're,
jar.
okay.
Ooh, wrong way.
What you trying to? You can write the word case up here, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can turn it to the side like this and write case. Are you uncomfortable, Papa?
I'm fine.
Okay, Papa. So for an uppercase C, your C has to be a pretty decent size. Let's see what you're doing. Oh, but you're writing it back way, man.
It's backwards?
Yes, it is backwards.
From the top to the bottom?
Yes, all right. So mommy, let me see if it's, I don't know if you want to call this cheating if mommy turns it into something else, but let's just turn it into a heart.
It's not cheating. It can be.
It can be whatever we make it, right?
Yeah, it can be. It can, see,
That's the beautiful thing about art, you know, you can do anything and art can't really be spoiled. Okay, so you can write C here, but remember the direction that the C goes in, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I wanted that to be like C that looks better than the normal C.
Oh, bro, yeah, try if you do decorative C.
Yeah.
Anyway, like you have Marley here, put the C and how you spell case. Right.
C
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
S E.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good, my boy. Write the C here. Come, C.
So C
Yeah.
C. Ooh.
It's okay. You can still fix that A. Yeah.
Like this.
And put your, where's the thing across for A?
Here it is. Right here.
Is that a common A? No, turn it into a capital A.
A capital A?
Yes. Across. No, you can put it across here.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lowercase and the uppercase.
Put the S. I don't know if you realize you have to write it in that direction. Okay, put the S now. So the S is going, look, the S is going to go this way. Remember, S is like a snake. You start with the head and you go, you know. Oh, let me be quiet then.
What's that about making?
And you see, you weren't listening to what I was saying because that no, the S is the wrong way because I was saying the S, start here and go around. So you can turn this, look, you can turn this into an E. Look, if you bring this down. Sorry that it's so squiggly. See, but you can put an S in here now. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to start, look, you have to start here and go around.
Yeah.
You start there. I need to help you with this. But that is your S. Are you proud of your S?
Yeah.
All right.
I made it a little bit time to fix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. That is your S. Okay. So it is Marley cases. Marley case. All right.
And the heart.
High five. Good boy.
I'm happy.
Trip down memory lane.
What's happening here?
This right. Marley. Okay, so Marley got baptized when Marley was 6. So quick story. So when we were 6, we did a when he was 6, we were doing devotions one morning. We were doing the book of John. No, so we were doing devotion at home. We were doing devotions one morning and we did started the book of John and after we finished the devotion, normally I ask the kids if they have any questions or what stood out for them or whatnot. So they asked whatever question or how it went, but I just noticed Marley looked very perturbed, I'd say. He looked like he was really thinking, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And he's like, Mommy, so Jesus got baptized? And I'm like, yes, baby, yes, Jesus got baptized. And Jesus got baptized in River Jordan? And I'm like, yes, and I'm looking up, like thinking. And he says, so I can get baptized? I can get baptized in River Jordan? And I was like, Okay, well, maybe not River Jordan. Like, let's reel it back a bit. We can probably get baptized in a river. And he's like, yes, I want to get baptized in a river. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean to you, Marley, to get baptized? And Marley gave the simplest but yet most profound answer. Marley said, it means I'm Team Jesus. I choose Jesus. And I
Oh.
was like, oh, okay. All right. You sure? And so we call the person who baptized him, Reverend Nana Moses. He's actually my friend. He works in film, and film is one of my passions. I used to do a lot of film work before Riley was born, just a little bit after. So I hit him up and he said, well, that sounds good, but I have to come and talk, just like I would talk to an adult and make sure that they're doing it for the right reason and they understand what they're doing. I'll come and talk to Marley. Yeah, so he came, and then he's like, well, this boy know man, this boy know him what, man. He's like, I am sure he wants to be baptized. And then that same day when he came to meet with Marley, Caleb, my big son, you see him there in the water?
Yes.
He was 10 at the time. And he came down the stairs and said he wanted to come get baptized too. So I was like, okay.
So they both got baptized on the same day?
Yes, the brothers share a baptism birthday. Actually,
it landed on this happened, I think that
on
this
your anniversary.
Right. So I think this all happened the first part of October that year. And so I asked Nana, I was like, Nana, would it happen? Reverend Nana Moses, is it possible that the 19th of October is open for you? And he's like, what's up with that day? And I tell him, that's the day that I had gotten baptized a few years before. I'm like, that's my spiritual birthday or baptism birthday, whatever the term is. I always commemorate that day. And
so you got baptized on that day as well?
Yes, so me and my boys share a spiritual birthday. So really cool, really special.
Yeah.
Then now here, this is Marley helping us in the kitchen. We were about to make a pizza.
Keep going.
And so, yes, he's setting the time. I don't think it was just a pizza, it was something else, because that's for an hour, right? Yeah.
Almost done now. There you
So
go.
this is probably 2020 again, based on how many fingers I see out.
Yeah.
So if the fingers progressively fuse.
Good job.
And he has on his chef cap as well.
Yes, man, fully clad.
This was a pizza day. I remember.
It was a pizza day, yeah. We made several things.
And I think
so Marley gets dressed for his job.
Yes, I think somebody Tyler used to bake a lot. Tyler used to love baking. I don't know. We need to get her to bake again.
Yes.
So somebody had given her the whole chef outfit with the jacket and everything for her birthday. So Marley got to borrow it. Yeah.
What's happening here, Marley?
What's going on? You remember that, Marley?
I know there's zoo. I remember a few things I
was I think was it Konoko? I think it was Konoko. Mm-hmm.
Is this the time when the bird landed on my shoulder?
No, it was not landed. The lady put him on your shoulder. And you were brave. You were scared, but you were brave enough to stay still and allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of worried it would scratch my shoulder.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, this is an iguana.
Yes, he got. Well, he got to rub it. Not hold it. But yeah, he was pretty brave. He touched the iguana.
You're very brave.
Were you scared? They're kind of cool in a sense.
They're cool. Are they?
Yeah, if you hear a few facts about them, you'll like them even more.
Yeah, he loves the facts about animals, so
especially fish and ocean stuff.
What did you say, Kamal? Ask again.
I'm wondering if you've ever introduced him to a swimming pool or.
Well, I want him to swim. There is a guy. I wonder if a lot of people might know him. He's one of the. What's his name? Ainelek, and it wasn't Ainelek. It's another one. One of the Wilmot them did. Was it
Oh,
one of the, yes,
okay.
they said that they would have taught, was it the Wilmot brother or one of them that hung out with the Wilmot brothers? So it's not one of the Wilmot brothers, but it's in the same like surfer camp people. I really wish I could remember his name. The guy was so nice. So when I used to work at Digital Foundation, I met him because we used to meet up with them for Autism Month because autistic kids do very well in water. And
Yeah.
I told him about Marley. And he said, yeah, man, bring him come. And I just, life just happened where, we moved from Kingston and everything.
Didn't
And
get to.
so, yes, I want Marley to learn how to swim. And
Yeah.
I really wish it was with somebody like that that's so sensitive to people with special needs. And especially, yes, it can be a pool, but salt water is good for your skin. So I wish it could be
Right.
ocean.
Yeah. Does he have to avoid the sun?
Yes and no. Like the sun, like we're not going to keep him from it because everybody needs a bit of it. He isn't afraid of it. But apart from having to put on same SPF like everybody else, he will tolerate heat to have fun. He will, and then pay for it later.
Yep.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is a blister that
Yeah,
burst.
he was very young here. He's probably a baby here. Maybe this look like under 2, maybe a year
Yeah,
or
my
9 months
fingers
or
are
something.
still open.
Yes, so his fingers are fully open. He probably look like he even have fingernail there. Yeah,
Yeah.
look like yeah. So he didn't have fingernails for long. I think after he turned 1, they all came off.
Okay. So
So that's a blister that would have popped. So it would
right.
have been like a big balloon and would have popped it, and or maybe did he? I don't know. He shared off some. I don't remember the story for that one. A lot of my photos are wounds, so they're not like a nice catalog of photos. They're just probably interesting to the doctors and the dermatologists and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old was
Yeah, definitely as a baby. So
I
um
still kind of have the scar for that.
yeah,
you still have the scar for this one?
right, yes,
Yep.
that's one of the scarring in Marley's condition is one of the things that made them able to determine his subtype, because you have types of EB where the scarring is not bad, and so for him, I just tell him that he's a coloring book because there's all sorts of
Weird
artwork
colors.
on his skin.
Yeah.
So that big Oliver scar, it's healed, but it's the you can see where some scars are. It just look like it's
The white patches on me. The
yeah,
white patches.
yeah. But that was
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how this one came, because I used years ago I would remember like the big ones, how what happened. Because again, right, so I tell you how the same bandages that protect him can damage the skin. So there are bandages that I've learned over the years that are perfect for a certain phase of healing, and if you don't know to stop using it at a certain juncture, it can
Right.
break the skin down again. So even now, having to go to the hospital, like nurses are trained, however they're trained, and I have to tell them that, listen, I don't want to push back and say you don't know what you're doing, but I know that this particular piece of bandage cannot go on that particular wound because
Oh,
it will break the skin down rather than build it up. So there's that, and maybe here, I don't know if he hit up in something or one thing I remember when he was a baby in the hospital, right in that area, I could tell that he was lifted there. So you couldn't lift Marley under his arm like you would a normal baby. And so after I came from the hospital, there was like almost like fingerprints on his chest.
yeah.
And it did take a very long time to heal, or it would start healing and then break back down. So this might have been something like that. But I don't want to speak with like any certainty, because boy, EB do all sort of something over the years, I tell you.
Is his scalp affected and his hair growth?
No, like thank God. So okay, well, all right. So his hairline used to be a little bit further down, like further, because his dad is one of those people who have the hairline, that
The
peak
V.
thing at the front of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
he had that as well. However, when we were still in Kingston, so we moved to Mandeville when he was 2, going to 2, 2.5 or something like that. Was it that long? Something like that. But yeah, when he was one, and we used to live at Kensington Crescent, which is off Oxford Road, which is close to the library, and we used to walk all the way to the library. One day, because it was too hot, I took a cab to the library, and there was an accident. And when we had the accident, Marley, jerked forward and his head hit the thing, and there was a blister on his forehead. And of course, panic of it. But I tell the man, like, focus on it. Don't worry, because Marley getting a bruise in something like that wasn't his fault. Like, the man didn't look so terrified. So I'm like, it's okay, just deal with it. And so there was a breakdown on his forehead, sadly, and it affected his hairline a little.
Oh.
So yeah, but outside of that,
Otherwise,
to answer your question,
scalp seems fine.
yeah, yes. So getting to that answer, that there's no blister on his scalp, nowhere, and that's another lucky thing, because not
Yeah.
everybody's that blessed. I mean, so far from what you've seen.
Yeah.
So there's what you want to say. Say it.
I remember there's one thing with EB. A couple of people's EB
Look at the
get significant hair loss.
Yes, I know. We
Lot.
noticed that a lot of what we've seen, because we're seeing more EB people now. Is a lot of them. It affects their heads a lot. But his head. We noticed that anywhere where hair grows, he has no issue, and he's young, so we are looking forward to certain things in puberty.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
What do you mean, Marley? What are you looking forward to in puberty?
I mean, yes, into the picture.
Okay.
Okay, so what's special
The
about this
puberty,
picture?
I'm not so much looking forward to, because
Why not?
What?
you know how puberty, there's extra hair, and half the time you're extra smelly.
I think
Are
where
you-
you get that from?
Is he throwing word? I wonder if he's throwing word on his big brother.
That me I say you are throwing word.
But Marley, you also get bigger muscles.
Exactly, you're growing.
Here's the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I'm not looking forward to EB is because naturally,
Puberty or EB?
Puberty.
puberty is because naturally puberty is smelly, and then EB on top of it would probably just
Oh,
put
and
an
you don't want to
extra.
be smelly, right?
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not going to be smelly. We're not play with them thing. We're not
Right.
We're not play them game.
Permanently stain the bruise.
Yeah, you're not. Oh no. All right, let us stop. Okay, yeah, throw it after your brother. But something came to my mind that I think, what was it again?
Picture.
Okay, one thing. All right, so as we see the picture, which Marley loves that picture. So when we came abroad to get his first dilation, he used to make it to like 30 a little bit, and then he had dropped weight to like 28 pounds. And last year this time, because we're in what, July? Last year this time, all of us was praying for Marley to hit 30 pounds, right? So yeah, that is, we were praying, people on our prayer call were praying.
So that's why he's so smiley.
Right. But no, Marley is 43 pounds.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait, no, it's actually 44 now.
It's 44 now. Okay.
It's been staying 44 for weeks.
Which weeks? I mean days. Weeks. Days, man. Yes. So Marley actually has a G tube now. So this was is this the first surgery or the second? One of the other surgeries after this?
That's the G tube.
Right. This is the G tube that we're talking about. So for everyone who's never seen this before, because of Marley's struggles with his throat, we determined that it was good to get him a G tube. Funny enough, when I used to last year, them time I was afraid of a G tube. I used to think having a G tube meant that you would never chew and swallow, but it actually is just a good supplement. So with this little button, the thing around it is just to protect his skin. It actually isn't that necessary. Just being cautious. So this cute little button is they inserted it, and we can take the top of the button off and connect tube. Marley look like he's looking for it.
No, I'm not
No?
hungry.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll soon sort you out. So at night he's connected to a pump, and we give him like Pediasure, fortified Pediasure. At night
Right.
he gets 2 cans of it every single night, and then in the days, most days he'll eat sandwiches and food and whatever not. And
Right.
sometimes I blend up, all sort of something in food, spinach and quinoa and all that. And I say the thing about quinoa because again, very generous for the medical help up here, but we have to balance that because from what they want him to be on Miralax and Senna all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you just say okay, and then you do what you know makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if a child is always on laxatives, then they will forever be on laxatives, and
Yes,
I'm not
definitely.
I don't agree with that. So
Yeah.
so I up the fiber in his I put the fiber in him directly. And so the good thing about the G tube as well is it does not matter how something tastes. So
Yes.
yes,
That's
right.
It
It don't have to taste good. It just have to have all
just
of the
go
things
it
in it.
can
straight
taste
in.
like skunk poop, and I won't taste it. So yeah, I
Yeah,
can
it
put as
doesn't matter.
much healthy stuff as
Yes,
possible.
I can
Yes.
make him real green juice, and it
Green,
don't have
green,
to matter.
Just
green.
bypass the taste factor.
Exactly. And so he eats what he likes now. Like eating used to be a whole chore for him. It was a whole chore. So he'd spend most of his day, like this has really impacted homeschooling,
Mm-hmm.
disrupted homeschooling, because when you're a homeschooler, you have your thing planned out and you want this and that
Mm-hmm.
done. But Marley be in the middle of a lesson and he has to go to the bathroom because he's poop. It's hurting to poop and he's
Yeah,
screaming, and I
and
can't do anything about that. And so it's either he's eating or he's pooping, and his days going between eating and pooping, and it's just this horrible struggle for him. And so no, Marley eats what is nice, what tastes good, what's easy and what's fun, and then he gets. Oh, and then feeding him through the G tube is so much quicker than feeding him normally, anyways.
yeah.
So thank God, we are grateful.
Let's
Marley,
give an
Come.
example.
Oh, you want to show them the
you
thing?
want to give an example?
How long
Well,
it
Shh.
is.
Come and hear what Kama was saying.
let me wrap up the slides first.
Mm-hmm.
You've been such an awesome sport so far. I just
Here,
have 4 more slides.
yeah.
Okay, Marley?
All right, let us get the slides.
Just 4 more slides, and then you can show me what you have to show me, and then we wrap up because I know you want to go and do stuff.
Yeah, he said what to eat. Yeah. Good. Let's see.
Yeah. So just 4
Oh,
more slides.
when it's finished, you tell them what that is, okay? Let them see first.
Where is this?
You answer.
This is
Where is
at
this, Marley?
a
Disability Expo.
disability expo.
Mm-hmm.
And some people who can't walk
Mm-hmm.
will take one of those for the time that they're there,
Mm-hmm.
and they can move around in it. At the day, my right foot was not in the happiest state,
All right,
so I took one of them.
Right, so they kind of, it's almost like they rented them out
Yeah.
while you're there, but the aim of that was for us to want to buy it. I mean, the people at the Disability Expo, it's a very good thing. They do it once a year, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
In May. Yeah, it was May.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all these assistive devices. It's amazing the things that people think about. There's so many special needs, there's so many disabilities, and so many
Yeah.
things that you just wouldn't think about. Like, I never thought about how hard it is for some disabled people when they're on a period. So they come up with things to help them to. There's
Yeah.
so many things I
Which
saw.
state is this?
This was in New Jersey, but I believe the Disability Expo happens in different states. But for us, we are in New Jersey, so it was in Jersey. It was in Jersey, or no, or was it in Philadelphia? I think
It's
we drove down.
Philadelphia.
So yeah, so let me correct that. We drove down to Philly. Philly, where we are in Jersey, is maybe like an hour from Philadelphia. So we went down there for the
Okay.
expo. What is this, Marley?
Let me see that card.
Oh,
That is when I was fishing
fishing with his brother.
and Dad.
Yeah.
Watch a line.
My friend.
Last one. Just watch it, watch it.
Did you catch anything?
That
That
day?
time, no.
Yeah, at that time, no.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Yeah, other times he did. That day was very
Yeah.
cold, wasn't it?
Yes.
That day, I don't know how
That
fishes
was
were in it.
freezing.
Yeah, that day was disrupt. Like it was one of those. You
Chill.
can't think straight because it was too cold.
But
Okay.
you know, you have to get used to it.
Yeah, you have to get used to it.
Yeah.
When was that?
This? I don't know. Maybe April or something. I don't know. When you're painting the.
This is the last slide, Marley, and I said, what are you doing here?
Oh.
What are you doing?
That is when I experienced snow for the first time.
Oh, for the first time.
Yeah, the first time he went. Yeah, that's so. This is in January. We came
In
to.
January.
We came up in
January
January.
10th.
We came on January 10th, so this is probably like the 16th or something like that.
I went outside and I saw.
And we were dreading the snow business, but to be honest,
He loves
We
it.
love it. We love it because you know what? There's Marley playing can be a it can be hard to let him just let loose and play, but when there's snow, he can throw himself down if he wants or whatever it is. It's not
Yeah, this seems awesome.
yes, so that was cool.
And then the other thing about snow
The
is that other thing is that I blister much less. It's like a blister. The skin freezes like cat blister, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't get random blisters during the cold time.
So
His skin looks better.
honestly, it would be chilly, but if you move higher, like up to
Colorado or somewhere.
no,
So it works out for you, Marley.
Let's hear what Kamal said.
It works out for you to be in the snow sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his brother always wanted to go where there's snow, so
So that's kind of a win-win-win.
yeah, maybe it's me.
It's a way. Marley, do you remember what you wanted to show me?
Oh yeah.
Before?
Oh yeah. First, when Mom was talking about the tooth thing, I kind of just got up and got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the part that's connected to his stomach. The end part connects to his the little button, and then this top part connects to the rest of the cord that's connected to the long tubing because there's a bag, you know, like the same bags that they put saline water in and thing drip.
Yeah, right.
So it's like a drip bag, yeah. But you
so it's not the kind because a friend of mine had one for her son, and hers looked more like a syringe.
You can use a syringe. So we do use a syringe in here. So like when I blend up smoothies and whatnot, I use a syringe because the bags can only take like really smooth stuff. It's very sensitive. So I blend up all of my blend up, and
just put it in that.
Right. Watch him gone for the syringe now.
He has been so awesome.
He had a big syringe, really big.
Yeah, right. She has. That's what my friends are.
Yeah.
Marley.
The last one is the tin. So he gets these big tins of Pediasure.
So those can be connected to it as well.
Then we put them in the bag. We throw them in the
bag.
Right.
And then it drips out.
Yeah. So the good thing is like we set it to drip over 8 hour period. So for the night, so while he's sleeping,
you can adjust how much comes out.
Right. Because he'll have he's suffered from his throat blisters when you swallow, when you know something can cut his throat or whatever. But also acid reflux. He has suffered from. He's always had issues with acid reflux, but that hardly ever happens anymore. And then the rate at which he gets fed his stomach, there's not gonna be any flux. Even though the problem seems to be solved, I still err on the side of caution. Most times he sleeps in an almost upright position because I just can't bother with the drama. EB has been traumatic, and
but you're definitely beating it. I would say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Does Marley have friends outside of the EB community?
Yes. My first friends did not have EB. My first friends were very much outside of EB community.
Okay.
Yes, tell her more. Tell her more.
Let me see.
You wanna give a shout out to them, Marley?
First friends?
Yeah, you want to say, say hi to Chloe and Jordan?
Say hi to them.
Hi, Chloe and Jordan, if you're watching.
Yeah.
They will be watching.
Yeah, we'll send them the link, of course.
Yeah.
And then no, right around the time when he started painting, we met an awesome group of teachers and dentists that came to the church in Mandeville, right? And so these teachers, they were, intrigued by him and then intrigued by homeschooling as well. And they
Right.
wanted to support, just, they said, if you have any questions, whatever it is. So I maintained contact with one of them, and she has been an angel because she has establish a relationship with her schools. So these kids actually, look at this. I happen to have on this. I'm not showing him that, man. It's a school shirt.
I can get mine.
No, man. Let's just talk. So they set up like Zoom classes, Zoom sessions, and then sometimes they put them in the gym. So you'll have like 50 to 100 kids in a gym talking to Marley on Zoom. So one day, I will never forget the day Marley said, Mommy, I made 100 friends today. And that was really nice. So what they do too is they have these children writing letters to Marley. Also after the Zoom classes, the Zoom sessions, I think they turn it into a lesson. And so the kids have to write a letter to Marley. So Marley gets these letters. So one of them coincided with when he was in the hospital. Because again, the teacher and I have become friends. So like I tell her that he's going to do surgery or whatever. And then boom, we're in the hospital, we get a whole package with all these letters of kids saying get well and what they think. It really brightens his day. So he has a lot of letters. One time he was trying to respond to each of them, and that was all no. But yes. So
all right. So I don't want to cut into his eating time.
yeah.
I wanted to say bye. Where is he?
I'm gonna look for things in Indonesia. Come, Marley.
Every time you mention something important,
Come up to the bed. Come up.
I have to taste.
Yeah, come. You're pacing a little bit because if she's wrapping up, you have to.
We're wrapping up, Marley. Marley, can I ask you if we can have another session at some time in the future? I'd love to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, it's been so enjoyable. You're an awesome guest. You're so smart and well spoken. Shauna, I want to congratulate you and Daddy for the job that you have done. I mean, I think most parents would have just freaked out and just ran. And you stood your ground and you have done so well. I'm pleased. I'm pleased.
Thank you.
And I'd love to talk to Marley again and again and again.
Oh, yes.
Whenever he can fit me into his busy schedule. All right, Marley, thank you again. Enjoy your meal.
Thanks for this. Yes.
Enjoy your meal. And we'll talk another time.
And so, hold on. All your little ones are big now, all of them.
They're all big now. My youngest is 17 next month.
Oh, big, because Tyler is 17, so my eldest is here. Oh, wow. Okay, that's good to know. So you've done an awesome job. You've been one of those beacons in the homeschool community. So
yes, thank you.
Awesomeness. Yeah.
All right. Oh, did we tell our viewers how they can reach Marley if they want to support his artwork? Did we share that information?
So this is on Instagram. He only has an Instagram page. What's the name of your Instagram page?
Marley's Light. It's one word.
Marley's Light. Yes.
And there's an apostrophe S or just
no, just straight Marley's Light. We would have loved to put a Marley an apostrophe, but for the URL it was just straight Marley's Light. So just shoot him a message.
Light or life?
Marley's Light.
Light.
People always say that Marley has a light, and so we're just speaking into that. Yes. With that name.
I'm so smitten by Marley.
Thank you.
I'm so smitten. All right, so we'll talk another time, Marley.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Be blessed,
Bye,
everybody.
Shauna.
Be blessed. Take care, Kamal. Yeah, man.